Have you ever wondered what separates a trader who survives from one who thrives? It's not about complex charts or a constant stream of news. It's something far more primal. My mentor once sat in complete silence for 6 months. There were no trades, no charts cluttering his screen, and he was absent from every group chat. His days consisted of little more than sipping tea and observing a quiet, dormant screen. When I finally gathered the courage to ask what he was waiting for, he answered softly, a glint in his eye. I'm waiting for the prey to gasp. Back then, I couldn't grasp the depth of his words. I was young, ambitious, and hungry for action. The urge to trade every single day was overwhelming. I needed to feel like I was actively participating, constantly doing something, but he was the complete opposite. He felt no compulsion to trade. Instead, he waited patiently for the market to betray its weakness, for that precise, fleeting moment when collective confidence curdles into careless overexposure. Then one day, after half a year of stillness, a wave of overwhelmingly positive news hit the market, yet the price didn't budge. The digital crowd screamed by, their calls echoing across every forum and chat room, but he, in his characteristic quiet, entered a single position. There was no elaborate analysis, no flicker of hesitation, and certainly no explanation offered. The very next day, the market violently flipped, catching everyone by surprise. He remained silent, an observer. Watching him operate was like witnessing a lion moving with deliberate grace through a herd of wildebeest, one precise bite. No theatrical roar, no wasted energy in a chase. It was on that day that I stopped seeing him merely as a trader. He was a hunter, and the market was his vast, untamed forest. He taught me a lesson that no textbook or expensive course could ever impart. Successful trading isn't an act of constant doing. It is an art of patient waiting. It's not about predicting the future with certainty. It's about sensing the exact moment when the market's collective belief is hanging by a fragile thread. He never initiated trades because a chart pattern looked perfect or because the headlines were glowing with optimism. He waited with unnerving discipline until the market convinced itself that it was invincible. Because that, he knew, is precisely when it is at its most vulnerable. Most traders are prey, he once told me, his voice low. Hunters act only when the market grows tired of pretending to be strong. He showed me that the market doesn't reward you for guessing correctly. It pays you for having the discipline to wait until almost everyone else is demonstrably wrong. A single, well-timed strike at the market's weakest point, its moment of greatest vulnerability, can sustain you for months, even years. I remember one instance vividly. He opened a single position after calmly stating, "The market's confidence is starting to rot." That one trade, born from his perception of decay, grew fivefold. The profits were enough for him to live quietly and comfortably for the next half a year. And true to his philosophy, he didn't trade again for a long time. It wasn't because he failed to see other opportunities. It was because he simply didn't need to. He held a profound belief that trading was not a job or a daily grind, but an art of restraint. His goal wasn't to make money every day. His goal was to survive forever. He taught me to recognize the 3 critical signs that signal when the market's belief structure is on the verge of collapse. First, when good news is met with a flat or falling price. This indicates that optimism has lost its power and the underlying belief is breaking. Second, when everyone starts saying the same thing, when the crowd unites in a single, unwavering opinion, true vision disappears, replaced by dangerous groupthink. And third, when bad news is completely ignored, when risk is casually dismissed and fundamentals are discarded, blind faith has replaced reason. When the market's narrative separates from objective truth, collapse becomes inevitable. That was his moment, to act. He didn't move because he was convinced he was right, but because the market was finally and fatally lying to itself. Over time, I found myself changing. I stopped the frantic pace of daily trading. I stopped feeling the need to show off my wins or seek validation in chat rooms. I learned to wait. Sometimes that waiting stretched on for months. But when I did act, a single trade could secure my financial well-being for the months ahead. It was a profound shift in perspective, moving from a mindset of high frequency to one of high impact. Strangely, once I let go of the desperate need to win all the time, I began to win with surprising consistency. My account balance grew not from an increased number of trades, but from fewer, deeper, and calmer ones. It was the quality of the wait, not the quantity of the action, that mattered. My mentor's words echoed in my mind. If you can stay invisible long enough, the market will eventually reveal its fear. He didn't trade because he had to make a living. He traded because the market's soul would occasionally crack, revealing a flaw in his composure. And that's the moment the hunter moves. He lived his life by one simple, powerful truth. The market doesn't destroy people, but their impatience to prove themselves does. Now, I trade like him, rarely, quietly, and with immense patience. I no longer chase the market's frantic movements. I let it come to me, revealing its weaknesses in its own time. And maybe, just maybe, that's why I'm still here. Because once you learn to hunt, you can never go back to being prey.